sure that is no surprise as we gather to honor, thank, and wish Teresa well. First, I just want to take a moment and express sincere thanks to the committee that worked so hard to make this event so meaningful for Teresa. The committee was chaired by Sharon Smith, who unfortunately could not be with us today, but I'm sure is with us in spirit. Sharon was so ably assisted by Susan Hale, Leslie Hochberg, Mary Markowitz, and Eileen Rowell. Thanks to all of them for their tireless work in handling all of the tasks to make today such a success. It would take a lot of time to name all of the people who have contributed time and/or treats to show their appreciation for all Teresa has done for the community. But fortunately, Leslie has made up one of her beautiful presentations to let Teresa know how many people have shared in the effort to make this a very special day. And thank you, Ben, for videoing the party, which will be put on YouTube for the benefit of the world to see. And now on to our honored guest, our wonderful Teresa. To come up with words to express our love and appreciation for what you have done for Tivoli is a near impossible task. Over the past 9 years, you have served as our social administrative assistant with the utmost professionalism, dedication, and competence. Your leadership, working with our many clubs and organizations, your partnership first with the social committee and now with the events planning committee, and your insatiable desire to assure every last detail is addressed so each event is successful, enabled Tivoli to evolve into the premier boutique adult community that we as residents get to enjoy every day. Yes. You have set the bar extraordinarily high, and you will be a very tough act to follow. We will miss you greatly. The board of directors joins all of our residents in wishing you a long and healthy retirement, filled with all things that bring joy and contentment. And on behalf of the board of directors and the entire Tivoli Lakes community, I present to you this token of our appreciation, thanks, and gratitude.
Okay, I have a few words. Teresa was hired back in 2013 to replace our first administrative assistant, so I've had the pleasure of working with her for 9 years now. And I remember I must have reviewed probably 100 resumes, and I remember right away hers stood out, which she had extensive background in special events management and administration. Some of you may not know these things. She's had over 20 years of Parks and Rec experience in New York in various positions from supervisor to superintendent. Her volunteer experience was also very impressive. She spent 4 years on the board of her Chamber of Commerce. She's served as board president for Big Brothers and Big Sisters for her county and was involved in many other organizations. And she also served as president of her homeowners association. So I knew right away when I saw her resume, if she could handle that, she would be the right one for the job. But many of you also might not know that we almost didn't get her. She When I did her phone interview, I was very sorry to hear that she had sustained a terrible injury to her leg. She had a very bad break, and she was getting around on one of those little scooters, and was going to rehab, I think, every day or every other day. Anyway, it just wasn't going to work out for us. So we went on to another round of interviews, and I held on to her resume, though. I knew there was something special there. And luckily for us, for one reason or another, the other candidates just didn't work out. And it was, I think, 6 or 8 weeks later, I reached out to her again. She was doing much better and healing, and the board offered her a job. She started at Tivoli on July 8th in 2013. So it's been almost exactly 9 years. Now, when she first started here, the job was only part-time. She was just working 20 hours a week. It was mostly administrative, but over these last 9 years, it's developed into a full-time administrative/social coordinator position. And over these last 9 years, she's helped me and the community through many, many changes. During this clubhouse expansion, she had to relocate the entire office over to the fitness center, and then back again after it was completed. She helped with the switch from Comcast to Hotwire. She coordinated the house painting color changes in 2019, where we had the old and new palettes. Recovery from Hurricane Irma in 2017. Separation from castle management and transition to self-management in 2018, which was a very, very big deal. She helped coordinate and set up the homeowner art displays in her office in the meeting room. And I just took a look back. She has processed 377 of your ARB applications over the years. She's helped orientate 125 new homeowners in the last 9 years. That's almost 40% of the community. She's helped coordinate printing multiple issues of the directory, and she's installed probably over 1,000 RFID stickers in your cars over almost this last decade. And she's worked through the heat of the pandemic, which was a challenge for everyone. She's been my right hand. She's helped me through countless challenges over the years. I've never really seen her as an employee. She's heard me say this many times. She's managing the community with her. It's really been more of a team effort, and I've often gone to her for advice on many, many things. So, Teresa, for all that you've done for me and for the community, thank you. We're going to miss you terribly, but I'm very happy for you and Pete. And I wish you both many years of happiness and retirement. And you've got a lot of friends here, so please don't be a stranger, visit often. And that's it, thank you. Now Leslie's going to come up and give a brief presentation. Leslie, come on.
Teresa, it truly gives me great pleasure to give this to you. You have been an invaluable asset to our community.
Louder. Louder.
Closer. Move them up closer.
I'm okay, is that all right? Can you hear me better? Yes. Okay, good, thank you. I'll start again. Teresa, it truly gives me great pleasure to give this to you. You have been an invaluable asset to our community. You put your heart into whatever you do here. I can go on for quite a while enumerating all the benefits and successes we have experienced because of you, but I won't. Instead, I give you this scrapbook, created for you to share the feelings and appreciation of so many of the residents of Tivoli Lakes. It is a piece of us that you can have always to remind you of the lasting impression you leave us with. We send you through the open door that lies ahead, wanting you to know that what you leave behind is truly a wonderful legacy that is held very dear and will always be appreciated. May you know much happiness, good health, many years of doing whatever you want to any day of the week. Teresa?
The reason I can't pass it around is because there's food. And you know when there's food, there's fingerprints. And quite honestly, I don't think she needs to take the fingerprints with her. So, I do have pictures of all the pages. If anyone is interested in seeing them, I'd be glad to send you a photo of
Just gorgeous. My turn? Okay, what a farewell. It's not goodbye, it's farewell, for the time being. First of all, I'd like to thank the committee, all these ladies, Eileen, Leslie, Mary, Susan, and Sharon. They've been buzzing around, not talking to me. I had to stay in the pottery room all day today, wasn't allowed out. Thank you so much. And thank you, Jerry, for all those kind words, and the board, Howard, Jay, and Sharon, and Don. I've been so fortunate to work with board members who have been professional, supportive, and patient with me, no matter what any crazy ideas I have had. Like going axe throwing. I wanted to do an excursion and see if anybody wanted to go axe throwing. Norm Berkowitz, bless his soul, went to the axe throwing place with me to make sure it was okay. As he walks in, the cute little ladies behind the bar while people were drinking, throwing axes. He looks at me, very parental, and says, "This is not going to happen." But he went, and he really did try to make it happen for me. Thank you, Leslie, for all those kind words. Thank you. We shared a lot of laughs, a lot of tears. Gone to all these showcases where Leslie's picked out the shows for you here. And thank you, Robert, for your kind words, for being a good friend as well as a supervisor. As organized as Robert is, I am not. So I know that has been a challenge. But then came Mary. Mary straightened me all out and organized everything. So if you ever want to see how well things are organized, just take a peek in the closet. And there's a binder that has every single piece of party equipment, table, chair, tablecloth in it. Thank you, Mary. These past weeks have been so bittersweet. This is so hard. But what's so wonderful and special to me is as I look around the room and see your smiles, well, most of them I have seen, I feel I have a real connection with each and every one of you. And that's not only because we worked on projects and shows and events, or all those work orders, but because you've shared so much with me. You've come to my office, you share stories about your children and your grandchildren and your spouses and significant others. Those were the best ones. And sadly, even through tears and hugs with the loss of a loved one. And you've cared so much about me. You've noticed when I've been sad, upset, or a little frustrated, always offering a friendly ear or a big hug. And it's so sweet. That I will miss the most. I knew this was a special place when I was cleaning up for a party here and was told, "Dear, sit down. Enjoy the event with us. Hire someone. We'll hire someone to clean it up." You hired me. But how sweet it was that somebody said that to me. That feeling of that day I will always cherish and be grateful forever. I love you all. Thank you.